Let's hear it one more time for Thrifters, please.
Yeah.
Well done. Yeah, the applause is well earned. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, again, my name is Garrett Batty. I'm a member of the board here at the at Zion's Indie Film Festival, and we have the filmmakers and incredible talent with us. First of all, just please introduce yourselves and tell us again about your role in the movie, which we saw in the credits was basically everything. So,
Yes, my name's Connor McFarlane. I'm the writer, director, producer. I play Winter Boy in the film, and yeah, I edited the film, wrote a lot of the music for the film, cinematographer, DP, anything under the sun. This is
What he's trying to say is he did all of that good stuff. This guy, Thrifters would not be what it is without this guy. Let me tell you. My name is Hondo Hendricks. I'm the lead actor, producer, and I also helped write some of the music. And I play Ben.
I'm Alexis Van Leuven, and I played Natalia, and yeah, I was just acting in it, so to BTS.
great BTS by Lexi.
fantastic. Okay, incredible. So I made some questions throughout this, but I want to open this up also to any of the audience. Thank you very much for being here and for supporting independent film. So I'm going to ask a few questions. But if I don't ask your question, raise your hand and feel free to ask it. We'll see if we can work you in. Okay, first of all, just amazing. I mean, while the credits were rolling, I was telling them congratulations. And Hondo said before the film started, he said, "Hey, this is a really low budget," and you know, so I was expecting just kind of this small little independent film, but the scale was very impressive. I mean, I lost track of the amount of locations. Can you just tell us just about kind of how? I mean, it's a very ambitious film for low budget. Tell us where that comes from and tell us a little bit about that.
Sure, yeah. So, I mean, one thing that I love to do in my films, I've done a couple films in the past that it seems are very location heavy. I've done a documentary about thrift stores and about antique stores because I love them so much, and I wanted to include as many locations that I could in this film that I loved and appreciated from where I live, because I feel like the setting of a film can be a character all on its own as well. And so and it's a it's a story, it's a very contained story about a relationship, but I love all of the other people. There's so many background characters, there's like every scene seems to have a new person that I was able to involve from my life. Most of them are family and friends. We've got a few family right over there that were in it, and so I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, the ambition was there. I wanted to create something that spoke to what I loved. So.
And then what blows me away is how quickly you shot it. You said how many shooting days?
14 days, basically.
Isn't that correct?
Yeah.
That's amazing. Very cool. I had a note about the cinematography. I mean, you shot it, so we're talking to you about that. It wasn't. They weren't just simple shots. I mean, it's like you had that. There was a very cool running shot down the alley, things like that. And it seems like you just kept us engaged through the cinematography. What was kind of your process with that?
Yeah, thanks. Well, the cinematography is what I'm really passionate about. I think of anything that I can do, that's probably where I shine the brightest. And so I loved like taking inspiration from other films, and also looking and seeing like how can the cinematography display what the character's feeling. Like in that scene, for example, it's everything's in motion. His whole world's kind of like falling apart and it's all spinning. And so it's cool to see the cinematography reflect that. There's another scene that it's when they're on the bridge and they're talking to each other. We shot that on a super long lens. We could have just gotten on the bridge right next to them with the really wide lens right up there, but I wanted to show the sort of distance in their relationship. And that might not be something that anyone picks up on, but I do think subconsciously, like, people are looking at that and they can feel that distance, that we're actually really far away from them.
Yeah, I think people definitely feel that. That's very cool, and it's a credit to just decisions and the decisions of a DP and a director to say, and it's in this case it's the same person.
Yeah.
Saying, okay, what do I want to do this? What emotion do we want to evoke? and you did it very well.
Thank you.
Alexa, what, did I say, it's Alexa, is that right?
Lexi.
Lexi, okay, all right, thanks for correcting me. So, tell us a little bit about your character and your experience, and what was some of the highlights of making this film in 14 days?
Yeah, so I've never done like a film like to this length before, so it was a challenge for me as an actor, especially because I've just been used to having a character already made for me. But I got to collaborate a lot with Connor, which was really great because he was very open to hearing ideas about our characters, and I loved the idea of like a Bonnie and Clyde, like Harley Quinn type character, and I thought that just her being like innocent but not innocent was kind of fun to play with, and I thought she had a lot of really tense moments that I had to learn how to portray in a way that seems authentic, because it's something that you don't see in the film is her side of her struggle. You see Ben struggle more, but then you slowly are like, oh, she is really upset. Okay, so let's dive in more into that. Let's see why. And I thought that was super fun to kind of explore the emotional side of that and how she is affected by his choices, and it's not just him. But I had such a fun time being a part of this film. I literally cried because this film means like so much to me, and I'm like, I've never thought that I would be here, you know, with a film that I care about so much. And I'm just proud of like how much work that we put into it, and especially Connor and Hondo, and I couldn't have asked for a better production and a better film. So, yeah.
What a great experience! What a great and your character it was so grounding to the kind of the all over the place character of Hondo, right? He always kind of came back to you. I love that innocence. Hondo, let's talk about your character. I never would have. I mean, I love some of the motifs throughout this movie, and if you told me that, hey, we're gonna do a scene about a kid that has a moral dilemma of is it lying or is it ethical, and in the same movie we're gonna have him holding a gun to somebody's head, you know, it's like, okay, you cover a full range of decision making in this. So tell me about that, and what was that experience like?
It's a good question. I suck at answering questions.
Or just say whatever you want to say and ignore the question.
No, I guess with the character I drew a lot of with my background, I have a very similar background with this character. So like, you know, family-wise and, you know, kind of in growing up, I honestly didn't make the greatest decisions in my life. And so I saw how that affected the people that I love or my family. And so a lot of those like moments that my character just sits in it, like the emotion is honestly just me. I reflect back at my life itself, and it kind of just, I don't know how to explain it, but it builds a deeper connection with the character to where it's not just me portraying a character, it's I am this character. I feel everything that this character is feeling, and I understand the struggle. And that was a really good thing when Connor came to me about the character. He asked me kind of like, well, what do you want out of this character? What are you wanting to make out of this character? And I told him, I was like, if it's possible, I want to try to make this character, you know, obviously as authentic, but as personal as I can with a lot of the decisions that he makes, or like the emotions, like the scene with, when he goes and he opens the photo album and finds pictures of his father. Those are real photos of my actual father who passed away. So like I said, I just wanted to bring everything to life as much as possible because his vision was just perfect, and I wanted to help build on everything.
Well, you succeeded. Well done. Yeah,
Sure.
you really did. And you don't watch a movie like this without seeing the heart of the people that make it. You really do pour your heart into it. So from directing and writing and just bringing depth to the characters, and you know, this innocence or this personal connection, it shows. So congratulations and very well done.
Thank you.
What questions or comments are out there? Please.
I have two top of mind. First of all, did you actually dislocate your shoulder? Did they just keep going on that?
I did actually dislocate my shoulder.
And you just kept rolling with it.
Yeah. So we, I dislocated it. It's my right arm, and
Dislocate it now.
yeah. And then we got it back in after a few minutes, and then we just kept filming. I looked at Hondo and I was like, that was really funny. We should use that. And so we continued to keep it as part of the script. But what was your second question?
How long were you guys shooting the fight choreography in the snow that day?
So, it was. We almost had to rush me to the hospital because I almost got frostbite because of it. Because we were out there for a couple, like 3 or 4 hours filming. Because we shot all of those scenes in one day. So the fight scenes in general, we had like a little bit. He told me a little bit of like what he wanted from it, and so I got with Joey. He's the one who played the main villain, the like hitman, and we kind of like went through a little bit of it, and then kind of just went with it. And I told him, he was like, all right, because when we were first starting, he was trying to like be gentle and whatnot. And I was like, dude, actually just like throw me. So he literally, I told him like, grab me and chokehold me to the ground. And he did, or like in the house, he literally threw me to the ground. He did punch me in the face a couple times on accident, but
we did have safety like in mind, but yeah, Hondo's very dedicated.
They had safety in mind coming from the guy that dislocated his shoulder. Just to make sure we understand what safety level was there.
It's funny because I did all the stunts, but he ended up injuring himself on a thing where he actually just slipped and fell. So to answer your question, the fights itself didn't take very long. It was pretty simple. We just kind of just winged it. But as far as just how it was painful because it was just cold. It was cold. Like that bridge scene was just frigid and cold.
I will say the only thing that gave it away was just the circulation in your hands. Very good job to all of you to stay with it despite those conditions.
Thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Even that indoor fight was intense. Like, it's some good intense fighting going on.
Yeah, that one was a lot of fun. We loved that one.
Yeah, good. I bet. You have a question, Ben, and then one in the back here.
Yeah, I'd like to know where it started, and then I'd like to hear from each of you, like how you got involved in this one.
Oh, sure. Yeah, so I made a film in high school. It premiered in theaters, and that was my directorial debut at 18. It was called Swerve, and it's not very good. I don't really count it as like, I don't know, some scenes in it are okay, but I really kind of count this as my directorial debut. But I got home from my mission. I served a mission for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and then I thought, I need to make another feature. So I took experiences I had with thrifting and antiquing, because I do the upselling stuff all the time, or I used to do it a bunch. And so I was like, how could I make a fun story out of this? I put a poster together, like a mock, like concept poster, posted it on Facebook, and then that's where I met these two wonderful actors and most of the other people that ended up being cast. But yeah.
Yeah, so Connor posted that on Facebook, and I'm just like a really fresh baby actress, and I'm like, ooh, I'm a local actress, hey, if you need anybody. And then Connor reached out to me, and he's like, hey, like, I looked through your stuff, and like, I was really impressed, and like, I'd love to have you on my team for this. Like, I'm still creating the story right now, but like, I'd love to like hear like some ideas that you have for like any moral of the stories. And I was like, yeah. And then we met up, and then it just kind of took off from there, and we just kept collaborating, and yeah.
She was cast like a month before I was, so here's the funny part. He made me audition for this. I reached out. I did the same thing. I kind of reached out to him and was like, "Hey, I'm a local actor as well. I'd like to, be a part of your film. Can I hear a little bit more about it?" And he shared me. He had the story pretty much almost done. He was still working on like a few things here and there, but he told me kind of what it was and whatnot, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I want to be a part of it. And he told me, he's like, okay, I have pretty much all the roles filled, so I maybe have like a side character or something for you. And it was like, bet, that works just for me. And then I get a call like the day, like, I don't know, like 2 days later, and he's like, hey, when are you free? And I was like, whenever, why? And he's like, I want you to do an audition for the lead role. I was like, I thought you said you had that filled. And he was like, well, I want to see about you. So we do a Zoom meeting, and I audition, and he was like, he told me straight up, he was like, no promises you're gonna get it, because I have a couple people in mind as well. So I was like, all right, pressure's on. So I give my audition, and he's like, you know what, scratch it. I'm gonna cast you as the lead. I love your performance. And so I was like, oh, okay. And then I met him. The clothes I wear in the film, I just showed up like that. And he was like, can we make that your character's wardrobe? I was like, yeah. And so,
Nice. Yeah. Well, that's good. Well, when you find the right person, no need to continue looking, and it sounds like you did. We have time for one more question. You have one in the back row there.
Did you have to cut shots from the shoot schedule, or did you get more money to keep shooting?
I guess we didn't really. Money is an interesting topic with this film. I think what I loved about this film is because of the incredibly low budget of the film and the sort of like self-funded nature of it. We were able to just have a lot of freedom to do what we needed or wanted to with it. So we got almost everything that we needed within those 2 weeks, which is a complete miracle. And then there was maybe one or two one pickup scene, and then some like voiceover, like ADR stuff that we needed to do. But it was really nice to just have that freedom to say, okay, well, we don't have really any deadlines, and we don't really have anyone that we're, like accountable to for this. It's just kind of our own project. And so it was fun. We just, and that also gave us the freedom within the scenes to make a lot of changes on the fly. Like the police car, that just showed up to the gas station. It was like we didn't have the budget for an actual police car, but but this police officer came and was filling up his gas at the gas station that we were filming at, and we're like, hey, can we use your car really quick for the shot? And it was just fun to just have that freedom to, just kind of be super free flowing with it. But it really helped the film out a lot. So I really like that question. Did you guys have anything about that? Okay.
Incredible. You guys, do you have time for photos and stuff out there?
Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
So they will be out there for photos and more questions and autographs and all sorts of new ideas and stuff.
All right.
Thank you very much for sharing your movie. Congratulations. Let's hear it for. Thank you.